Hi everyone. So I hope you're having a great weekend. And today I'm keeping to my promise by teaching you guys all about my strategy. And I'm going to teach you from the root because there is more to a strategy. You don't just learn the surface and think you've learned. I'm going to teach you this strategy if you're going to follow me from the scratch. All right. You should be with your pen and your notepad. No excuses. You snooze, you lose. So let's go now. So, this is my strategy in a nutshell. And today I'm going to be showing you how I use this strategy for confirmation entries. I'm talking about low risk A setups. All right, low risk A setups. Now, the name of this strategy is called heads and shoulders. Some people call it the Quasimodo. They are the same thing to me. But all right, I'm going to be saying the advanced way of using this is what I call the Quasimodo, but the natural use of this strategy is just called heads and shoulders. All right, just without any stories or complications, it's called the heads and shoulders. Now, we have two types. We have the standard heads and shoulders. As you can see, this is your head and these are your shoulders. You have the left and the right shoulder. All right. Now, this is a standard one, somebody looking direct at you. But when someone is upside down, this is where we call the inverted heads and shoulders, where you can see the head and the two shoulders, but upside down. All right. Now, I'm going to be showing you an illustration of how it looks on the chart and how I use it for confirmation entries. All right. The next class, I'll be teaching you how to use it for aggressive entries on main structures. But for now, I'm just going to be teaching you from the basics and how I use it for what I call confirmation entries. All right. Now, this is a proper diagram. Let's say I have found a great zone for a sell on, let's say, the 4 hour time frame. Now this box is representing that zone that I found on a very high time frame. And I'm like, Forex has chopped my money too much. So I want to see a reason to get in for that sell. Now, when you drop down, what you do is drop down to a lower time frame. You want to see a micro or a tiny uptrend, all right, an extended M with a neckline. You want to see break of structure, and this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is my entry. You can decide to aim for at least a 1:3 from that entry, and trust me, and your stop loss will be above here. So it's going to be like that. Give me a second. This is a short position. Your entry is right here. Your stop loss will be above the head, all right? And then you want to be targeting at least a 1:3, all right? Now, that is your entry for a sell. Remember, you must have found your zone on a high time frame. You drop down to a lower time frame and you want to see all this drama play out before you get in for yourself. Now we are going in here and I want to show you the opposite of it happening with your inverted heads and shoulders. All right, remember, in case you're confused, this is your standard heads and shoulders right here. You see your left shoulder, this whole thing right here is your head, and right there, break of structure, you want to see this baby drop. All right. Now, sometimes the market might trick you. It might not give you a complete break of structure. It might just give you 100% return. Please don't be scared. If it gives you like 100% return, just go for it. All right. Once you see like at least 5 or 4 out of your confluence play out, then you shouldn't waste any time and enter for your confirmation trade or your confirmation entry. Same with those looking to buy from a demand zone or your bearish order block, whatever your entry is on a high time frame. You want to see all this play out as well on a tiny or a smaller time frame. You want to see a tiny bearish trend. You want to see a neckline being broken and a break of structure. You want to see entry, and this will be your entry. So you'll be targeting at least a 1:3, and you'll be going long from that position right here. This will be your stop loss right below the head, and that will be your move. All right, remember you would have found this zone on a higher time frame. Now let's go to the charts. I have one I've been looking at to explain to you in gold. All right, let's see. I hope I see. All right, good, beautiful. Now look at gold. Let's look at it on on the 4 hour time frame. Now you all know me. If you know me, you know me. Let's even not look at it on 4 hour. Let's look at it on the daily. If you know me, you know me, and you know where I'm waiting for. I use my fib to find my entry or my zone on high time frames. All right. So this is the daily. Ah, okay, beautiful. Okay, so this is the daily time frame. And let's say we have seen our, what are we seeing? We've seen break of structure even without looking too far. Let's come closer to the market. See break of structure here, break of structure here, break of structure here. And this was the last move to the upside before that break of structure. Let's come closer to the market so you don't get confused. All right. So you are seeing break of structure. You are seeing break of structure. This is just an example, so pardon me, guys. Break of structure here. All right. Now, this one was your last major move. All right. If you drop it to 4 hour time frame, you will see that it shows the same. Okay. Just that there's more story or more noise on a smaller time frame. It shows the same, just that there is more noise on the smaller time frame. All right. So now you can clearly see more breakup structures. Now let's say this hadn't happened. All right. And I'm like, whoa, look at this zone, beautiful zone right here. Up, it never came down. And look at the gap it left. So you want to be waiting at this zone. Now, if I use my fib, which is how I teach you people, to the point that broke structure, you already know that you want to be waiting at the beninging zone. For those that like to enter this one and scalp out of it, that's a good idea too. But this is the beninging zone, the 78-88 zone. All right. And I want to see the market come in here to take off. But remember, this is a high time frame. This is the 4 hour time frame. Now, remember, when we find our entry zone on a high time frame, the next thing to do is drop down to a lower time frame to confirm the entry before we get in. So we want to see the market come down, give us like a heads and shoulder, and then I'll now finally enter to get in. This is what I'm trying to do. Now let's see. I'm going to just take off the fib and let us play and see how she reacted coming down there. I'm going to pause when she gets there. All right. Okay. Nice. Let her keep going. All right, I'm going to pause here. Now, you see, you can clearly see she has hit that zone. Now, if she has hit that zone, your own now is, oh, I want confirmation entry. Let me see how, if she is actually giving me my pattern for me to go in here. So let's see if we can see it on the 1 hour time frame. Let's keep going for a while. Let's see. Now you see she tapped into here and moved that B. Now I want to see this whole scenario. Let's look at it on the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, it looks very, very defined. On the 1 hour, now look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. You can clearly see your heads and shoulder play out. All right, look at that. Your head, your shoulder. Look at that beauty, and still came back here. Boom! And took off, right? You see that? Do you see how beautiful this looked? So now, if you find your entry on a higher time frame, your own is to come down to a lower time frame and see your strategy play out and see your what strategy play out. Now let me draw it again. Let me use this one. Let's use this one right here. See, left shoulder, pull back your head. Okay, nice break of structure. Can even use this one. Look at that. Break of structure, entry, and voila. Now let me show you guys something. Left shoulder, pull back, head, pull back, right shoulder. Now, if you're not very good at citing this with candle, you can turn it to a line chart so you can see it. Look at it, it looks so clear. You see your head and shoulder. You see, although this will not show you what you're looking for in candles, you want to see more. Now, let's look at this. Look at that. Okay, so this is clearly the heads and shoulder we're looking for. You see that? Just that if you're not used to looking at um, line chart, you would miss it. So you see how I use left, right, and some shoulder to end this trade. All right. Now change it back to candles, and you can clearly see. Oh, this is perfect. Perfect. Now, where would I have put my entry? My entry will be at this shoulder right here. Now, I'm going to bring out my long tool. Now, my entry will be at the shoulder right here. Remember, your SL is below the head, which is here. And then I want to ride this baby up to the next available. Remember, this is your head right here. All right. And I want to ride up. Look at all them peeps. Oh my goodness. This girl did not stop going up. Look at it. All the way. If you're targeting at least a 1:3, you've already made it 2. But look at this baby gave us like a 1:6 and she kept going. So I'm just going to stop here. I'm not going to make it complicated. I'm going to be teaching you how to also get it in the advanced way when I'm talking about aggressive entries and how you can go in aggressively using this on a high time frame. All right. With that being said, I hope you learned something today. Remember, you have to find your zone on a high time frame. How do you get your zone? You can use your fib to get the zone. Once you get your zone on the high time frame, you come down to the lower time frame and wait for this pattern to play out for your confirmation entry. Thank you so much and see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.